Pujita ahang pite namassami Dhiraja namastute ghanasarabha Dipena tamadang sinati loka dipang sang buddhang pujayami tamo pujami buddhang kusumena nena punyena metena Uppang milayati yathaidang me kayo tathayati vinasa sugandhang sitalang kappang pasanna madhurang paniyametang bhagava patiganhatu Adhivasetu no bhante bhojanang parikappitang anu patiganhatu muttamang adhivasetu no bhante vyanjanang parikappitang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu Temang adhivasigan Kayena vaca cittena pamadena Bhante bhuri panya tathagata Kayena vaca cittena pamadena Yang kamame dhamma sangditthika akalika kayena vaca mamadena maya katang acchayang kamame sangha supatipanna anuttara sadhu. Most Venerable Nayaka Hamdru and other members of the Mahasangha, dear devotees, today we are witnessing one of the greatest celebration, as mentioned by our Nayaka Hamdru in the morning Dhamma sermon. This is one of the most prestigious and one of the most important events that we celebrate as Sri Lankan Buddhist. The event is called Vesak poson ceremony. So you all are familiar with that special event. So I'm not going to talk about that event. The important thing in this event is that, as usual, and as Buddhist, we always celebrate these important events with some, meritorious deeds. That's the most important thing. Right? To celebrate something, what we are doing. We are just giving, or we are just practicing dana, sila, and bhavana. Dana means alms given, and sila means precepts, and bhavana means meditation. So in most cases, we do these meritorious actions to celebrate things. They are more important because they help us to improve our spirituality. It helps us to improve our inner peace. That is why they are important. So we are always doing those three major meritorious actions: dana, sila, and bhavana. So in this case, in this special situation, we are practicing dana. Dana means giving something to someone. That is the most, That is the basic meaning of the word dana, as we have already mentioned earlier. It is not quite easy to translate the word dana into English because it has different denotations or different translate because it has several meanings in different contexts. So that it is quite difficult anyway. According to Buddhism, to practice dana, or we can say for the success of the dana, we have to fulfill three major requirements according to Buddhism. So the first requirement is we have to purify our mind, and we need to have something to offer, and we need to have recipients, receivers. So if you have fulfilled these three major requirements, it means that we can successfully conduct this dana or dana action, right? Meritorious action. So how so we all know that ordinary people, we all are engaging with different mental stuff. So we call them lobha, dosa, and moha. Lobha means desire or greed. Dosa means hatred. Moha means ignorance. So the main purpose of Buddhism is to completely eradicate these things. But it is not quite easy. So the ultimate goal of Buddhism is to attain the Nibbana. The Nibbana is defined as the eradication of lobha, dosa, and moha. Lobhakkayo, dosakkayo, mohakkayo, Nibbana. That is the definition according to Buddhism, Buddhist tradition. So in this case, it is not easy, but we can reduce those stuff, not completely eradicate those things, but we can reduce those things. Later, it can be arise again, but in this moment, we can reduce those things. If we cannot reduce those things, we cannot fulfill this action. You know, if you want to give something to someone, you need to be you need to reduce those things, lobha. Otherwise, you are not giving something to someone, because the ordinary world always tells us to gather something to be happy. That is the nature of this world. Right? We always gather something to be happy. In most cases, we gather material stuff. Right? So it means that we always think that we need these things to be happy. So it is completely opposite of the action called dana. Dana is something, giving something or letting something go on the purpose of being happy. So that is something opposite the world, in this special occasion to Buddhism, we have to reduce those things, lobha, dosa, and moha. That is how we can purify our mind. So you all have done that one. So at this moment, you have purified your mind. The second one is you need to have something to offer. So you have prepared food, everything is available, so you can offer whatever you have prepared. So you have something to offer. And the third requirement is that we need to have recipients who we are given our dana to. That is the third requirement. So you have selected Mahasangha to represent the order the Sasana Sangha, which is the members of Mahasangha. We all are here, including Bhikkhuni and Bhikkhu. So we represent Mahasangha, including the Buddha. So you offer your dana to Mahasangha. That is the most prestigious recipient, the group of recipients that you can select. But it doesn't mean that this is the only people you can give something. You can select anyone you want. Once the Buddha said that if you throw the water which you use to clean your plates or something like that, if you can throw the water away on the purpose of giving dana, that is also a dana, because there are also recipients in this world. That is also a kind of dana. But you have selected Mahasangha as your recipient or the receivers of the of dana. It means that you have fulfilled all the requirements for the for the success of this dana action. So now you can offer your dana to Mahasangha. The result, as mentioned by the Buddha, no one can count the result, the number of the results. It is countless, according to the Buddha. So you can accumulate merit. So it will help you to be happy in this samsaric life until you attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. That is also important, being happy. To be happy, we need to accumulate merit. Once the Buddha said to Mahasangha, Bhikkhu, don't be afraid of the word punya. It is a synonym of the word happy. Ma bhikkave punyang bhaita sukassetang bhikkave adivachana. Adivachana means synonym, a similar word. Punya is a similar word to happy. Therefore, to be happy in this samsaric life, you need to accumulate merit. So this is one of the greatest meritorious actions you can conduct, you can practice to accumulate merit. So as I mentioned earlier, we have fulfilled all the requirements. Now we can offer dana to Mahasangha. So the meritorious deeds or punya, we can share punya with our departed relatives and with gods. That is our tradition. So in this case, we the accumulated merits we share with, transfer to gods and our departed relatives, and also it will help us to be happy in this samsaric life. So you can, so we don't need to recite the word, but you can just think we are transferring merits to gods and our departed relative. If they want, they can acquire these merits, and then they can be happy as a result of acquiring or receiving punya. So you can say sadhu, and then you can recite the sentence which I say to offer dana to Mahasangha. Say sadhu. Recite after me. Imang bhikkang bhikkhu sanghassa dema. Imang bhikkang bhikkhu sanghassa dema. Imang bhikkang bhikkhu sanghassa dema. Vatitang tuhang kipameva samijjatu sabbe purentu citta Chando Panrasi Yatha Yurarogya Sampatti Sakha Sampatti Me Vacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Me Tunlo Asinge Amsa Puja Pratipatti Pujavan Piliganimata Yogyu Apatilo Guru Sangma Sangurajanan Vahanse Udesa Prathama Kotagra Suddha Buddha Puja Vang Patri Minhana Turu Maha Sangharatne Vishedan Puja Vang Patri Min Labanalata Sakala Vida Punya Sangbara Dharma Yo Prathama Kota Mahendra Kamalasana Pitangaradi Samasta Diviraj Samohaya Ping Pandurak Pasing Anumodan Vetwa Karun Labana Raksha Teti Vetwa Tavada Tamatamanna Ming Parlo Sapatwan Nata Yeduna Sielu Manyati Tamitra Din Tadame Ping Aitiva Onda Sukhi Swapad Bhaveta Patvitwa Harame Samadinatat Mitang Patang Nivang Dakna Jati Dakwa Narakadi Satara Payot Patti Dukhe Katana Pamina Sape Mutung Pavatum Matau Sati Veloke Anhi Apamana Divasapat Valanda Sasara Sarisara Vase Karna Kali Matumanavu Anagata Kali Yahi Dampadiva Tumati Nang Uttama Rajdhani Sangjatava Nagastri Bodhi Mulaye Disa Parivar Ghora Mara Matane Kotalotura Buddha Raja Sri Yatapatwana Kalyana Mitra Maitreya Sangma Sambudrajanan Vahanse Visindeshana Karunulabanna Vutumu Sri Sadharmastravane Kota Patu Yango Deya King Utumu Nirvana Bodhe Sakshat Karagannata Tamanta Tamanna Minyagiya Sielu Denatat Devyang Tatmi Ping Hetu Veva Vasana Veva Sita Sadra Sitin Yuktava Ping Anumodang Viyajutu.
You know, the real time is now 11:20. Okay, we are in advance in summer for 1 hour. So don't worry about the time. Okay. Yeah. I have to say one verse concerning our most honorable Dhammavutla. You know, for last 50 years, all monks, those who came here, taking care of the Berlin Buddhist Center, we know them very well. Normally, most monks are flexible. That we do find the most flexible monk that you have appointed here at the head of the Berlin Buddhist Center is Bhante Dhammakutala. That is why he is very pleasant to hear. Our Sri Lankan community is very happy with him. A lot of people are coming again and again. Some of them are not come for many years. They are coming back with the pleasant way of reacting by most of the Dhammavutla. We are very happy. We appreciate and we bless him, of course, to continue to do render service to the noble path and to the Buddha Sasana. You know, he's like a tongue. You know, tongue, which is surrounded by 40 teeth. You know what is happening at the end of the when we certain time pass, our all teeth will be gone, but the tongue is always there. And a good example which given by the Buddha. We should have to be like a tongue in our day-to-day life, more flexible. You know, he eats everything. Teeth is very strong. Even the meat or whatever the things that are very durable, very hard thing, they do consume everything. Then, even though they are very strong, at the end, not one teeth will be available in our mouth certain period of time with the age. But tongue is always there. Even your dead breath, your tongue will be there with you. Okay? Dhammavutla was like a tongue, who is always flexible. Yeah, okay? And whatever the way that you want to behave here, with this little smiling face, you accept. And therefore, many people want to come. Many people want to practice the teachings of the Buddha. Many people are fond of him. not only Sri Lankan, all German people are. They are very happy that you are here. That's your heritage here, which has been started by Dr. Foldarke. Okay? With the invitation of German Dharma Society, many monks came, many visiting monks are there too. But it is really, frankly speaking, is heritage of the German Buddhist people, those who are around here, with the heritage of the Dr. Paul Darke and many others. And also, I remember Dhammani Santi, Mr. Asoka Viratne, who had done a lot of service to the spreading teachings of the Buddha when we are in the Buddha. And then he became monk and he stayed here. Once he said something very important. He said, thousands of Sri Lankan people, those who bring me many tasty, delicious food. I don't worry. But one German man who come to me and give a piece of bread, I do appreciate that much than the 1,000 people he's going to offer me delicious Sri Lankan food. Okay, that's your heritage. It means your culture know way to treat monks. You do a lot of generous activities. You have a lot of projects for helping people, helping countries, and in tsunami time, German people are really did a big job, very good job, even for Sri Lanka. You have that culture, but treating monks, you don't have a habit of that. Okay? That is why he says once in his speech, I'm so happy. One German mind, European person, who bring me a little bit of cheese and the bread, I appreciate that much. Okay, it means he is not devaluate the Sri Lankan people. He appreciates a lot. At the same time, he more appreciate what somebody from European society will bring something to treat the monks. This kind of Sangadan, not really connected with their tradition. Generosity is there. There is something common for universal. They do better. They are very generous, of course. But treating monks is something different. Okay? You did a very good job today. A very good, wholesome action by performing this dana ceremony. Practicing, as Venerable Asaji mentioned clearly, with the ideas of the Buddha. Practicing generosity is one of the most important meritorious act that you can do. If you are not generous, you do not support, you do not have any strength to develop any other noble qualities. It means all the good qualities, all the noble qualities based on practicing generosity. Generosity is the base, the fundamental or the particular foundation of all development of virtues, the dana that Buddha has been explained, and Venerable Mahinda did it today for Sri Lankan community 2,300 years ago. Therefore, dana is very important. That is why when Buddha wanted to become a Buddha as a Bodhisattva, he tried to find what kind of virtues that I had to be cultivated. So he find the first one is dana parami, perfection of generosity. That is why he started with dana. Dana is very important. Then you will capable, you are going to be suitable to develop all the other good qualities, human qualities. If you can be a person who is generous, who can share, sharing is most important act Buddha has been spoken or advised to the human people. So you did a good job today by offering. We don't know what there will be. You are going to find, get the food with the bowl. You can be. It's a very beautiful thing that you have to be watch. The monks are going to find their food in a very traditional way, which was introduced by Arahant Mahinda the daylight today in the history. Thank you very much. Now you observe how monks are going to find their food.
Okay, now we are going to have food from there. We are walking to that place for the alms. So after that, the children who observe precepts today, you can follow the monks. After finish offering food for the monks, then you also can have the food together with the monks, because you observe precepts today. That's why. After that, all the lay people can have the food. Okay, if you have if you have brought something to offer Mahasangha, you can offer while we are walking to get the arms from there. So if somebody has brought, you can offer it to the Mahasangha now. So we are working for arms.
තියෙන ඔක්කොම සයින් කරලා ඉවරයි. ඔව් ඒක හොඳයි. ඒක තුනකට කඩන්න ඕනේ නැති ළමයිව ගන්න ඕනේ. එතන දැන් වික්ටෝරියාවේ එහෙම නැහැනේ.
මෙතන ලන්ච් එක තියාගෙන යමු. මේ ඉන්න ළමයි එතකොට තුනකට කියනවා මේ
නේව දවාය නමදාය නවිරුසනාය යාව දේව ඉමස්සකායස්ස කිසියා විහිංසුකරතියා බ්‍රහ්මචරියා ඉති පුරාණංච වේදනං පටිහංකාමි නවංච නවපාදෙස්සාමි යාත්‍රාච මේ භවිස්සති යථාච පාසු විහාරෝ චාපි අභිවාදන සීලිස්ස නිච්ඡං උද්ධාපචා චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ලන්ච් එක ගන්න නේද මේක?